my name's Josh and I'm deconstructing the game Dark Souls. The game is about the player's journey to beat the evil and corruption of the land. There's two ways to finish the game: the good, pure way, which benefits everyone within the world, or the selfless way, where everything is done to better yourself, such as killing the NPCs, stealing their souls, items and humanity. The player is an undead branded with the dark sign, meaning when their soul gives up, they become hallowed, which is one of the many zombies seen wandering the game. The game is intentionally dark and dingy because only the undead and hallowed wander it, accompanied with some other brutish enemies. The darkness goes hand in hand with the silence and only the sound of your footsteps to give the illusion of isolation. The player emits light. This is due to the light and hope that remains within their soul. The other main light is the bonfires, which as you play more and more, you become really grateful for. The game throws you straight in with a simple start screen that allows you to begin a new game or load a current game. The character creation allows you to decide the details of your character's appearance, but mostly they all look like wrong courses after you've died a few times. You choose sex, class and gift. The only one that really impacts the game is the class, but this is just starting stats and you can level up skills in any way you want, turning for example a cleric into a knight. They do have starting gear though, and for an even greater challenge you can choose the deprived class, which starts with absolutely nothing apart from their underwear. The game uses markings on the floor to guide you, giving you hints and tips on the controls and where to go. Other players later on will be able to leave these signs to give you hints and tips, but don't always follow them because they could be tricks and make you fall off cliffs. Items in the game are shown as white orbs on the screen, and when you walk near them it pops up, press A to pick up. The start menu will also bring up an options and equipment menu where the player can choose from their gear and equipment and items. But be careful, as once you press start it doesn't actually pause the game and you can still be attacked. Once the player arrives at the Firelink Shrine, this becomes their safe zone, holding NPCs and linking all the other areas together. The bonfires are used to level up and reverse hallowing, turning you human, allowing you to summon other players and also allowing them to invade your world and fight you. NPCs often offer guidance on where to go or what to do next, but the player can go to most areas from the start, even the ones that they are not ready for. The HUD is very basic with only the vital information shown. Humanity, health, stamina and buffs on the top so they are easy to see. Weapons, spells and items on the bottom, along with the amount of souls carried. Estus class can be used to heal and replenish at bonfires, or upgraded at certain NPCs, which is good for considering how fast they can be used. The player can choose to wield weapons with two hands to deal greater damage, which can be beneficial, but be careful as you cannot block much damage this way, but is rewarding to one-shot enemies. A shield however blocks damage and gives a brief window to backstab enemies, but it also drains stamina and replenishes slower. Once you backstab enemies, if timed well, you can repeat the process, draining enemy health safely, but this takes a lot of skill. Some enemies will try and run away from you when you get too close and lure you into an enemy ambush, so it's not always advised chasing them down. When you do get caught off guard by an ambush or whenever, you could easily get yourself killed in seconds and see the most common screen in Dark Souls, the "You Die" screen. Parrying enemies is quite difficult as it needs perfect timing. Failing to parry means you take the full amount of damage from the blow, but a successful parry allows you to deal a heavy counterattack, which feels very rewarding in itself. The blood and control vibrations also add emphasis to its brutality. Sneak attacks are quite tricky to perform, as the AI will sense you if you move too quickly or wear heavy and noisy armour. Once you do get close enough, you perform a successful backstab, and it's nice to have that small head start on the attack on the enemy. The AI do offer some assistance, and each have their own small storylines, but the player can choose whether they do them or not. They may even just kill the NPC and take whatever it is they were trying to offer the player and neglect all the storyline within the game apart from the main one.
Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: "Thou who art undead art chosen."
Certain parts of the environment can be interacted with, or destroyed, revealing hidden items, paths, NPCs, shortcuts, or even bosses. During a boss fight, the game likes to make you die countless times before you devise a successful strategy. This is where the lack of easy mode beats some players. The developers intentionally wanted to make the game hard, so only hardcore players after a real challenge would play. For an even greater challenge too, there's the New Game Plus. Once you kill the final boss, the enemies have even more health and do even more damage. Once you beat the boss, there's no better feeling than when you see the boss burst open into a bright white light and victory achieved appears. The environment, beautiful as it is, can be used to Spartan kick enemies off of cliffs, but this doesn't always stop you from accidentally falling off too. There's also dangerous objects and traps to keep on guard for too. At certain parts of the game, the player, if human, can summon other players to aid in the boss battles, along with the NPCs that are around the area. This greatly reduces the boss's difficulty, which is useful if you've been stuck on a boss for way too long. Sometimes, however, the summoning might take quite a while, or even fail countless times. Keep on guard too, as other players can invade if you are human. If you do remain connected to the internet while playing, bloodstains are left behind when a player dies in their game, so you can see what they did when they died, and how you can avoid dying the same way. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video.